This story out of Missouri is tragic. This is 18-year-old Rudy Zavallos, also known as Junior, a high school senior with big dreams. Junior was a star athlete, participating in football, track, and wrestling. He had plans to graduate early this December and follow his father's footsteps by joining the U.S. Marine Corps. But those plans came to a sudden, heartbreaking end after running in a local half marathon. After crossing the finish line, Junior collapsed. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, but Junior couldn't be saved. Doctors say his body temperature had reached a fatal level and his heart stopped. He was just 18 years old. According to his family, Junior was driven to excel not just in sports, but in every aspect of his life. He immersed himself in self-improvement books, studied the Bible, and even became passionate about investing. His school community is devastated, and they've been mourning his loss together. The exact cause of his death is still unknown. The county coroner's office is conducting an investigation that could take weeks. And because in the United States of America we can't even afford to die, Junior's family had to start a GoFundMe to cover the expense of the funeral. They said his goal was to finish the half marathon in under 2 hours, and he did, crossing the finish line at 1 hour and 58 minutes. Rest in peace, Junior.
Man, that's crazy. My condolences goes out to that young man's family. And I know his soul is, in heaven, just because of the type of person he is. He seemed like he came from a great, awesome family. And as a man myself, it's always great to hear that, your son wanted to be like you. I got 2 boys myself, and just to see them mimic me, do the things that I do, even though sometimes I'll be like, man, y'all got to stop doing that. You got to create your own path. But I understand how it is because, I grew up without a father myself. And, just that bond of a father and son. And I hope that this father is, having all the positive energy that he needs around him, because this is very heartbreaking. And not just for the father, but for everybody in the family, the mother, all of them as well. But, I'm just saying, hearing that he wanted to go to the military and serve as a Marine, for it to be like his dad, man, you know what I'm saying? That's like crazy. That's just awesome. That's amazing. Regardless of how anybody else might feel or think about it, I was proud to hear that. And that made my day to day. Even though this is a sad, tragic moment, but just to see somebody that ambition and always the light of the room, no matter how dark it get, and man, it's just heartbreaking. I don't even know what to say on this one. I know they is lost for words too. Because he seemed like he was an amazing kid at 18 years old. And this is why I don't understand people nowadays who's like 20s and their 30s, 40s, 50s. Y'all out here doing all this dumbass demonic stuff when there's beautiful souls like this one who's being taken away at a very young age. And most of the time it's because of gun violence, but sometimes it's because of stuff like this. And this is where you just got to be like, damn, we share the world with a whole bunch of crazy ass people because nobody seems to want to be better. It's like you always hear the same dumb shit. It's like, dang, you would think this type of group or environment or whatever you want to call it will be like, hey, we need to stop this violence. We need to stop this. It's young people out here that's dying, going to prison at 16, fucking serving 20, 30 years. And then you see this shit right here and you're like, man, why couldn't he just be the ones that just was saved that didn't have this type of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Because he was a great, good kid for what it sounded like. But, oh man.
This story out of Mississippi is shocking. This is Ivana Williams, a 37-year-old TikTok influencer with over 100,000 followers, who was also a state trooper in Mississippi before getting fired. But the reason behind her firing is shocking, and now she's fighting back. Ivana was accused of sharing an adult tape she filmed with a fellow female officer. The video allegedly shows Williams and administrative assistant Bryn Fasackerly, who is now suing Williams in federal court, claiming she was too drunk to consent. But Ivana says the video was consensual and that she only shared it with one one person and with Bryn's permission. What's causing even more stir is that Ivana believes she wasn't fired because of the video, but because she's a woman in a male-dominated force. She says male officers at the Mississippi Highway Patrol have done far worse, including sharing adult tapes of their own, and they only got a slap on the wrist. She claims one officer was even caught filming on a state-issued phone but faced no real punishment. Now, Ivana is suing her department for $20 million, alleging she was targeted and fired as retaliation. She also says she faced harassment throughout her career. According to her lawsuit, Ivana was told to jump up and down for male officers, was denied promotions, and was told she couldn't join special units because they were for men only. All of this happened back in early 2023, and while both lawsuits are still pending, the questions about gender bias and double standards within police forces continue to swirl. Critics say this is yet another example of how deep the problems run in institutions that are supposed to serve and protect. The larger issue at hand, police departments continue to protect themselves and their male officers even when they commit the same or worse offenses than their female colleagues.
Oh, that's crazy. You mean to tell me y'all done made a sex tape and now you want to sue her because she showed one person, allegedly? That's crazy. And then both of y'all police officers. So my thing is, she got fired for what she did and then shared it to one person. I mean, what about that one situation where we heard about that one police officer lady who was getting down with the whole goddamn police force and she was married? You know what I'm saying? And then y'all see how she flipped the story and made it seem like she was victimized and all this shit when she was probably out here busting that thing wide open willingly. But this situation right here now, I don't understand the rules, regulations, all that shit in the police business, you know. I mean, damn, what they did outside of work didn't affect what they did at work, hopefully. So I don't understand why she got fired. And then as far as this sexism shit, man, y'all know that's how America is, man. People think women can't do this. People think women can't do that. When women have the most important role in the world, and most women can have a baby. So that means your motherfucking ass was born from a woman who carried you, body went through so much shit to keep you. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear this and that of how some jobs is only for men, which I don't understand what that means, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, what y'all think she got fired for? Was it really because of the sex tape? Or somebody was trying to get down with her and she declined them, so then she got fired?